How is FEMA going to assist Florida if the impeached secretary, Alejandro Mayorkas, says they're out of funds?
Yeah, they're both like out of money and flush with cash at the same time. And this illustrates the incompetence, okay? So $640 million under Homeland Security, under FEMA, was preserved for housing assistance. Now, you would think that would be housing available to Americans in the time of a natural disaster. But they used that housing assistance money to go put illegal aliens, migrants as they call them, in hotels and to provide them like these 90-day agreements to be able to stay at like 3-star hotels in Manhattan. And so they've depleted those funds. At the same time, the Inspector General of the Department of Homeland Security has identified over $7 billion in cash that they're sitting on that is based on grants from storms that are like 16 years ago, 12 years ago. And the deadlines for those grants to be completed for the people to actually get the benefit of that money have long passed, but FEMA just keeps extending them and extending them. And so what the Inspector General has said is, if you just take the money that was allocated for grants that don't exist anymore, that aren't happening, and you allow that to be used back into the disaster fund, which is what the law says it should be used for, then we'd have plenty of money for Florida and for Appalachia and to deal with what we're dealing with right now. Now, all of that said, the storm season's not over, and I have no problem with Congress passing a supplemental bill to fund FEMA. But I don't want that to become a Christmas tree that every ornament gets hung on. You know, the last FEMA funding that we did was attached to a continuing resolution that funds every other facet of government. I actually think these things deserve their own individual single subject consideration.